And if you have something limiting going on, then you are someone who catch it. You don't fool yourself. You don't look away. You don't think that, that was nothing, when in fact it was actually something very limiting. It was robbing you of your empowerment. It was twisting your worldview. You catch it. If something is going on, you catch it, so that you can grow and increase your empowerment, your infinity. This video is going to be a little reminder about what the subconscious is and how to deal with it. For you to be on top of your game, you need to have a certain level of recognition of your responsibility in this game. Anything that you recognize that is going on in your life experience, whether it is things that are happening when you go to town, or if it is things that you are thinking about when you sit home alone, those are all things that are something that you resonate with because of your subconscious programming. And if you were to see a car crash, then it's nothing to freak out about. It just means that you resonate with seeing a car crash. It's not good or bad, it's maybe rather just something that is lower frequency than what you would want as a high frequency source player. And when you decide to take full responsibility for your life experience, then you will start to increase your awareness of the things that are happening in your life. Whether it is when you close your eyes and enter the silence, or as you go about your day, or when you go to town, and you would begin to recognize whether or not those things that you are resonating with are the types of things that you want to resonate with. Is that the type of life experience you want to have? If you are judging, that is your subconscious. If you're thinking little of yourself, if you think that bad things will happen, unfortunate things, if you get easily annoyed or irritated, then you can probably think of a long line of things like the ones I have just mentioned. If you are finding yourself in a scenario and instead of having negative ideas going on, which would be your subconscious, but you rather have nothing, it's just clean, then you will see that in that emptiness, in an empty mind, you have all the power. Finding yourself in a situation where you have cleaned away the negativity will be a situation where you rather have the neutrality, and all type of programming will essentially be negative when you compare it to the empty mind, meaning that if you can simply just be yourself, then you will have infinite empowerment to have the utmost success in anything. What we are saying is essentially that if you clean away stuff, any type of shadows, subconscious programming, then you will not ever be able to clean away something that is genuinely highest frequency. Ultimately, you would benefit the most from cleaning away anything, everything. And you would find yourself to be free to create with the utmost success. So you would want to aim for an empty mind, a mind where you are completely neutral, where you are free. But before you get there, you might have to play around a little bit with healthy mindsets. And it's going to be much easier to do that if you can recognize what is going on now. If you have anything negative going on, anything that's limiting, and you do so first and foremost by recognizing that the things that are going on is your subconscious, and they are creating your life experience. They are putting a limitation on what you can experience. If you don't think you can, well then you can't. And if you remove such a belief, then you have nothing there. Then you are yourself. And you can do anything. So how do you clean away these pieces of unbeneficial subconscious? Well, of course there are many ways. And you can be creative about it. Essentially, whatever works for you is going to be good enough. Essentially, we're just talking about something that is there, and you want it to be empty and clean there instead. And it is very important not to fool yourself if you were to find something. Of course, there is a vast library of all sorts of things out there, and you can start searching for it now and you will start finding it, and it's not necessarily a indication of a subconscious programming that is very active in you. But still you found it, and a newborn little baby wouldn't be able to. So if you right now intend to be yourself completely, to be your source self, to be infinitely powerful and free, what pops up within the next 5 minutes then? Will you catch it? If you think that, but this is a little difficult because, well, there you had something. What was that? Or that, no, if I eat that, then I'm going to feel like this and this. What was that? And if I don't do this, then. And yeah, all of those things are things. And don't fool yourself. That thing was something. It was not nothing. And you might be used to telling yourself that, it was nothing. Doesn't matter. Well, actually, it was a piece of your subconscious. And it is affecting your experience. If you were right now to run the pillar spin it and see that things fall away and they are replaced with your neutral source self energy. And you keep spinning, cleaning, and you see more of those things that are disappearing, being replaced with your source energy. Then you are taking care of these unbeneficial subconscious programmings. You will be raising your frequency very efficiently if you were to run the pillar spin. Could you do that 5 times a day? Could you do it 10 times a day? And make it real, take it seriously. And choose to be your source self instead of someone who is limited by those things. Choose to be in the moment, in your source energies. But is it enough to only run the pillar spin? Well, it can. It can be enough if you think it is. Essentially, it's just about being in the moment. Here and now. And here and now. And now. And now. And if something is bothering you, then you aren't really here and now. You can choose for yourself to think that doing the pillar spin is enough, and it will be enough. And you can choose to be someone who is utmost responsible for your frequency. You can be utmost responsible for being here and now, for not giving in to things, for not going down the path of believing in anything that is limiting. I have mentioned that there are many ways of dealing with the subconscious. There are many ways of changing the subconscious programming or removing it, cleaning it and replacing it with neutrality. A life where you simply just use the pillar spin is going to be the best solution. If you were to do that, it would be because you recognize that it's just about being here and now and not giving in to anything. And you clean away the things that wanted to keep you away from the here and now, and you use your strong intent on rather being here and now. Run the pillar spin and see that those things disappear. And I suggest you do that. If at any point you find it necessary to use a different technique to overcome something, then you can work with that then. But essentially it's just about going from having something going on to removing it and not having it going on, but rather being neutral. And there really are infinite ways of doing that. You can use your own unique creative ways, whatever works for you. But start with recognizing what is going on now. Choose to be in the moment. Understand that that is the only way for you to truly be free and empowered in this game. And then you commit to it. There is no turning back. There is no dwelling upon something that is limiting you. You choose to be here and now. Choose to be free. Choose to be yourself. Choose to be infinite. Choose to be source. And you catch anything that is going on that is pulling you away from that type of empowerment. Then you clean it away and you go on with your life. Here and now. Powerful. So essentially what I have said in this video is that you want to be free and clean, pure, here and now in this moment. Anything that is going on that is hindering you from being clean and pure and in the moment must go. And you can remove that thing however you want, but it must go. It must be replaced with neutrality or something that is more beneficial. Eventually you will get to a place to where you would want to replace it with neutrality. But it's not always so easy to understand what could be better than that thing. You would benefit tremendously from a good source self-connection in those moments. When you recognize that you have something going on, and the thing with shadows is that they seem to logically fit in. They seem like something that makes sense, like it should be there. If you were to run the pillar spin, then you will get a temporary alignment, a boost in your source self-connection and your understanding of what would be better than that thing. You would get a boost in your understanding of what would be more beneficial. With the pillar spin, you can think happy now. Increase your happiness, understand that it's always about choosing to be happy, choosing to be in the moment, recognizing that things that are limiting you and making you unhappy are not things that are going to lead to freedom and happiness. So essentially you're just going to choose to be happy and free here and now, live your best life yet, And if you have something limiting going on, then you are someone who catch it. You don't fool yourself. You don't look away. You don't think that, that was nothing, when in fact it was actually something very limiting. It was very judgmental. It was very rude towards yourself. It was robbing you of your empowerment. It was twisting your worldview. You catch it. If something is going on, you catch it, so that you can grow and increase your empowerment, your infinity. So if you have benefited from this video, kindly consider becoming a supporter. This is all possible thanks to the supporters. Abundance, health and prosperity to you. Thank you so much.